Theo, what are you still doing up?
I heard a noise.
Stay right there.
How's it going out there, YouTube world and all subsequent social media lands? Welcome to an all-new movie review. So in this movie review, we're going to be doing a amazing movie review on a hilarious shark movie that is just so right down wrong, you can't not turn your eyes away and not check it out. So we're going to get right into that and talk all about that. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you don't miss any of my awesome material, people. And as always, let's get right into this movie and let's see what it's all about. Welcome one and all to an all-new movie review. Like we were talking about before, we're going to be doing a movie review about a shark film. So, as I was saying before too as well, on my Twitter and all my social media lands, I've been talking to people and telling them that I was going to be doing a shark theme-a-thon and movie reviews for, of course, to be in spirit with Shark Week. But that is actually going to extend for the next several videos, FYI, because there's a whole bunch that are absolutely hilarious looking that I definitely want to check out. So I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of those for you guys. And this is the first one of those. So let's get right into it. So this film I'm going to talk about came out in 2017, was a direct-to-DVD film, and was also a crowd-funded film that, surprisingly, this movie got made, because this movie is hands down hilarity bad incarnate. This movie was crazy. But anyways, this movie happens to be called House Shark. Dun 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 dun, House Shark. Oh yeah, so I got to watch this on Tubi. If you don't have Tubi, definitely check it out, people. It's worth the free app. I mean, they have so many great films on there. That's actually where I'm watching majority of these films. Tubi, check it out, people. But anyway, so House Shark is this 2017 crowdfunded film that is basically a ripoff of Jaws, basically, with a shark in a house, basically. So that's pretty much what, the main premise of the film is. So this movie was none other directed by a gentleman named Ron Bonk. Oh yeah, Ron Bonk. Yeah, so this guy is a huge horror, director, writer, and stuff like that. He's directed a whole bunch of stuff over the years and written and stuff like that of, these B direct-to-DVD type of deals, crowdfunded and stuff like that. And a couple of his most notable movies that he's done, which I haven't had a chance to check out, most definitely will after seeing this film, is none other than a film called She Kills. Oh yeah, She Kills, which is another horror film basically about a revenge film about this gal that a wrong happens to her, and basically she ends up using some sort of monster or some sort like that to get revenge on the people that caused her the harm she got. Looks kind of interesting, looks funny. The trailer is hilarious looking, so most definitely we'll be checking that out. But if you haven't seen that film, definitely check it out too for yourself. See if it's any good and see if it's one of those so bad you can't help but watch type of films. Now the second film Ron Bonk that he's very famous for, that's considered like one of his cult classics, is a film called Clay. Oh yeah, Clay. So Clay is, once again, another, one of those direct-to-DVD type of films, and basically about this guy that is made of clay, basically, and he's, basically the main, bad guy character that's going around and killing people, basically. It looks interesting, too, as well. I watched the trailer. Looks hilarious, just like the other ones I've seen, and definitely will hands down probably check this out eventually, but don't take my word for it. Definitely check out the trailer, check out the movie for yourself, and see if you think it is. But these films are what Ron Bonk does, and pretty much what he did in these films is what he did with House Shark. And his direction of the film, hands down, is just super hilarious, and just, one of those great type of B type of films. Nothing to be, it's not supposed to be considered like Deep Blue Sea or Jaws or any of those types of films. But this is definitely one of those films you just, it's so bad at the same time that you can't help but watch it and watch it through to make sure that, to see, just how entertained you are by this. And that's pretty much what this film was. And Ron did a good job of just bringing us this really stupid film, really heavily based on Jaws, and just kind of made you laugh the whole time with really bad acting and, so forth, and special effects and stuff. So, still hands down not a bad, endeavor for what he's done, and I can understand where he's going for in the direction of the type of horror films he does, and they're pretty fun and hilarious. So, definitely check out Ron Bunk's other stuff. He's a pretty interesting director. So this movie has pretty much a 3 main cast character arc, basically, of this film. And it's basically, like I said, it's really based off of Jaws, where you got, of course, in Jaws you have, Roy Scheider's character, the Chief. You got Richard Dreyfuss's character, Hooper. And then, of course, you got Quint's character, Robert Shaw. And basically, in this film, they have the exact same thing with these 3 different characters. The start us off is none other than a character actor named Trey Harrison. Oh yeah, Trey Harrison. Now, he's pretty much done, this is pretty much what he does. He does these B-movie horror type of films. And, he has been in pretty much every single one of Ron Bonk's films, between She Kills and House Shark and stuff like that. And he just is one of those, character actors that's in pretty much all these really bad B-movies. Now, hands down, this film, he was probably my least favorite of the actors in the film. I thought he was really bad. I thought he was just really all around, just didn't know what he was doing, and he, over-accentualized everything that he did. So, I don't know if it was supposed to play into how bad the movie's supposed to be, but at the same time, I haven't seen any of his other work, so it's been interesting to see what else he can do. But from this film, he definitely was my least favorite of the characters. Now, coming in second in this film in the cast is none other than a guy named Wes Reed. That's right, Wes Reed. Now, Wes Reed, once again, he's another one that has been in a whole bunch of Ron Bonk films and these B-movie horror type of films. And he's done, quite a few other ones. He actually was also in one that seemed very interesting. And I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of the other films that he's been in as well. But a couple of them sound really interesting and just kind of different, and definitely this type of genre type of B-horror film. So one of these films that Wes Reed was in, that directed by Mr. Ron Bunk as well, is a film that is interesting yet strange. And strange is implied in the title of this film. It's a film called Night of Something Strange. Oh yeah, so this is another one. I haven't seen it, but I did watch the trailer for it, and it's another one of those classic B type of movies that looks funny, looks, hilarious, looks like it's one of those films that's so bad that you can't help but not to watch. Definitely don't take my word for it. Definitely check out the trailer or check out the movie yourself. But definitely this is the kind of line that Wes Reed does. But in the House Shark film, he was probably one of my favorite characters because I thought he was pretty good at the accent. He was pretty funny, and he delivered his lines pretty well too. So I was kind of impressed with his performance and interested in seeing other performances of his and seeing if, if he actually does have some really good acting chops. But pretty much he's been in any other Ron Bonk film, and is just a really funny pleasure, and was a great, addition to the film as the character of Abraham. Now, coming in at third place here for the co-stars and stars of this hilarious horror comedy is none other than a character actor named Michael Merchant. Oh yeah, Michael Merchant. Oh yeah. Now, Michael Merchant, once again, he's another one that has been in a ton of Ron Bonk films and has done plenty of these types of, horror classic B-comedy films. And it just was all around another great addition to the film, who I thought was also just as good as Abraham's character that played by Wes Reed in the film, that made the film very funny and kind of fun to watch at the same time as well. Now, one of the films that Michael Merchant was in that was also a Ron Bonk film as well, another one of these type of, once again, like I said with Wes Reed, a classic horror type of film, is none other than a film that called Empire State of the Dead. Oh yeah, Empire State of the Dead. Once again, this is another one I have not seen, but it interests me because from watching the trailer, once again, this looks like it's got some great hilarity to it, some great gore, but at the same time, it just looks like it's so stupid, and, where you just can't help but to watch it again. I can't emphasize that enough with this film. You're going to be like watching it going, what the hell am I watching? And then all of a sudden you're like, but still, you're going to be so entertained, you're going to want to keep watching it. And the funny thing about that is that a lot of the films that I've seen the trailers for, especially this one with Michael Merchant, seem like that. It's that totally same type of deal. So that's what you're looking at when you're watching these, because they're just those kind of films that you're like, It's just one of my guilty pleasure type of films, is that type of deal. But Michael Merchant, like I said before, I thought he was really fun in the film as Zachary, and he was a great addition along with Wes Reed, and their two characters really kept the movie going and making it funny and hilarious and kind of keeping the storyline going, and gave some fun performances, I thought, that were pretty decent. Not Academy Award worthy or anything like that, but still pretty fun, and it just made it all around really funny, and I couldn't take my eyes off type of film that I couldn't stop watching type of deal. So I think that's really great. But all in all, this film is really funny. I thought it was really funny. It had a lot of great, one of those like laugh out loud moments and stuff like that. And I thought it was really worthy of at least watching it once, because it's just you gotta watch it once and say I've seen House Shark, because it was just that crazy of a film, and just funny to think that people actually paid to get this made, which makes it even funnier. So pretty much before I gave you kind of a piece synopsis, a little bit of what the film's about, but let me go over it again. Basically, the premise of the film is there's this guy, he's living in his house, and all of a sudden a shark appears and starts killing people in his house. And basically, he's trying to figure out what to do to get rid of the shark, and he ends up getting the help from a character named Abraham and a character named Zachary, and they end up, both of them, kind of coming in and trying to help him kill the shark and get rid of the shark. And it kind of is very similar to how Jaws is and all those aspects. And even the director himself even said that this film is basically a Jaws with a shark in a house instead of out in the ocean and on a boat. So definitely give it a whirl, people. It's worth the watch. Definitely worth checking out at least once, like I said before. It is hilarious, funny. Don't be surprised, though. This film is almost 2 hours long, people. It's 1 hour and 52 minutes. So don't be surprised by how long this film is. You're going to be waiting through it. I mean, some people, I'm sure they're not going to be able to get through it. But still, at the same time, if you do, still great to know that you checked it out, because it's a freaking hilarious film. I give this one, 3 golden movie boxes up, because I just thought it was so hilarious and so bad at the same time. But definitely, I'm glad I checked it out. It was a fun, hilarious shark film. And the CGI and graphics in it were so horrible that made it even funner, too. And it's a lot along the lines of, like, Lloyd Kaufman stuff, I feel, too. So, yeah, definitely give it a whirl, people. It's worth the watch. So that's it for this movie review, guys. Always thank you for watching, thank you for liking, and also thank you for being a subscriber. And if this is your first time here, don't forget to check out all those awesome links down below, especially for my Patreon. My Patreon is an awesome, amazing thing, people. You get to check out cool bloopers and all kinds of stuff like that on each of my different tiers. Also, merchandise and stuff like that, too, is available on there as well if you're a huge Cybernetics Shark fan. And also check out the awesome horror pack down below, too, people, which is a great horror movie box subscription mystery box that's sent to your house every month for a great low price. So if that interests you, check out that link down below too as well. And as always, people, catch you in the next one.